Netflix's The Silent Sea ended on one heck of a cliffhanger. What's going to happen to Luna? Will the truth of the Balhae Station come to light? This is the end of The Silent Sea Explained. So what really happens in the final moments of the first season? The final episode of The Silent Sea ends with a rescue ship arriving with the intent of heading back to Earth. But not much else is known for certain, including the health of Soong, Hong, and Luna. Everyone else from the mission dies in one way or another, with the two doctors and the child being the only survivors. Even Han, who seems so close to surviving, sacrifices himself in the final moments so that the others can escape with Luna. As for the lunar water, they have some samples, but there's no way anyone else can get more, as Balhae Station is completely destroyed by the water itself. This gets rid of one problem for Soong, as it means that RX and other organizations won't try to retrieve more samples, but they still don't even know how the water was found in the first place. But with Luna and a few samples, Soong, Hong, and other like-minded researchers could potentially discover the answers for themselves. For people like Captain Han, Director Choi, and Ryu, their desperation to find an answer is simply to improve their own status. They need lunar water to be the thing that saves everyone, just as Soong's sister did. In the case of Soong and Hong, the two doctors who represent the other end of the spectrum, they believe in the mission to a point, but they also know there's no miracle cure to the world water crisis, and from the beginning, they are clear about their value of human life. Soong and Hong know to ask whether it is really worth it, especially after witnessing firsthand how brutal and deadly lunar water really is. While Soong would love for the water to be the ultimate cure, she isn't willing to sacrifice the lives of those around her just for some dream. Throughout Season 1, Captain Han shares the same pragmatic, logical understanding as Soong, but he has his daughter to fight for, so he's willing to do almost anything to complete the mission. But then enters Luna, a super-powered little girl who is desperate to keep the lunar water to herself. Soong sees through the violence and realizes that it's not a monster attacking them, but a girl who can survive the water. Through further investigation, it's discovered that the Balhae crew were experimenting with the water on numbered clones known as Luna, each time the girls died, until number 73, which is the Luna the crew meets upon their arrival. Even after discovering all of this, Han still has one goal, and that's finding the samples and bringing them back to Earth, even if that means killing Luna. But once they meet face to face, Luna is the final straw for Han, bringing him to his senses about what's really important. She reminds him of his daughter, who looks to be around the same age and desperately needs water to survive. The entire reason he goes on the mission is for his daughter, but Luna reminds him that there are other children and other people that matter just as much. While the water sample is still a major priority, Luna's survival and the hope that she can live a real life is the true mission. There are plenty of unanswered questions at the end of The Silent Sea Season 1. The two biggest mysteries are Luna and lunar water, as there's still not a lot known about either. In the penultimate episode, Ryu insinuates to Han that there's much more about the original mission and the lunar water itself that they don't know, saying,
"You don't know anything. Nothing about what happened. Oh, the lunar water."
He's right. For example, if they were finding success with Luna 73, what really led Choi to shut down the study? Of course, there's also everything about Luna that we don't know. While she can clearly survive the lunar water, it doesn't just sustain her, but it also gives her advanced healing, speed, strength, eyesight, and probably a lot more. Oh, and she can also survive in the moon's atmosphere. So how does all this happen? We see the experiments that led to Luna 73, but not much else about her background. As for her connection to the water, Luna's bite allows Soong to survive the water's infection, but what else might it do? Although The Silent Sea Season 1 ends with only a few of the original crew left standing and a rescue ship arriving, the events after that are unclear. Early on in Episode 8, Soong declares her plan for Luna and herself, stating that she will escort them both to the International Institute of Space Biology. The show provides a short look at the IISB, though nothing else about it is revealed. As Soong states that they can't bring the sample or Luna back to Earth, we can assume that she enacts a plan to get to the IISB, which would likely be explored in Season 2. Even though it portrays itself as neutral territory, there will probably be trouble there as well. Also, there's no way Choi or RX are letting this resource go without a fight. There's also the question of whether or not to reveal the truth about Balhae Station, which is brought up earlier in the final episode. Both Hong and Soong want to expose the truth of what happened on the station, but this would likely have huge ramifications for everyone. If a second season does come to Netflix, we can expect this plot thread to be further explored. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite Netflix originals are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.